everybody, and thanks for tuning in to another video on how to protect and bolster your mental health during COVID-19. My name is Austin Holloman. I'm a mental health therapist at Mary Center in Washington, D.C. And today's video is going to cover some do's and don'ts for creating healthy boundaries in our relationships during this time.
Do. Try and communicate your feelings openly and honestly to your loved ones. Many people, unfortunately, haven't been taught how to talk about their real feelings. So many people are saying things like, I'm under so much stress, or I feel like I'm losing my mind, or I'm fine. But they're not saying how they're really feeling, which might be, I'm angry, I'm scared, I'm irritated, I'm feeling lonely, I'm grieving. If you don't communicate how you're really feeling, you might bottle these feelings up, and then they force their way out unexpectedly in the form of an angry outburst or an emotional meltdown. Try to be honest about how you're feeling and communicate those feelings with loved ones when they ask. Admitting that we are all struggling right now can foster a sense of togetherness and make you feel closer to others during this really isolating time. Don't rely exclusively on others to feel better when you're having a hard time. It can be really helpful to call or video chat with loved ones during this time, especially when you're feeling down or overwhelmed. But it is also our responsibility to know how we can regulate our own emotions. Spend some time thinking about what makes you feel better emotionally, and maybe even explore new ways of taking care of yourself. Involve your body as much as you can, whether it's breathing deeply, meditating, exercising, getting out in the sunshine, or taking a relaxing bath. Engaging our bodies and our senses is a great way to get out of our own heads, which can help combat some of the uncomfortable emotions we are all experiencing during this challenging time. Do. Set boundaries around socializing. Connecting with others over the phone, video chat, or saying hello from your porch is critical to feeling less lonely and less isolated during COVID. However, it's important to set boundaries around when and how you're socializing with others. We all have that one friend who loves to call at 8 o'clock at night and talk for hours about all of their problems, or the family member who spends the entire video chat talking about nothing but the worst of COVID news from that day. Think to yourself, are these conversations helpful or hurtful to my emotional state right now? Can I find other, more manageable ways of connecting with my loved ones? Try setting simple boundaries like limiting the amount of time you spend on the phone, or letting that loved one know that today during our video call, I'd really prefer not to talk about COVID. Could we please take a break? These boundaries can help you maintain your relationships and support the loved ones in your life without getting burned out. Do. Give others the benefit of the doubt. We are all experiencing a collective trauma right now, and each of us are operating from a deficit state. The best thing we can do for ourselves and our communities is to try and meet the challenges of this experience with compassion instead of judgment. Try and give others and yourself the benefit of the doubt during this time, and trust that we are all doing the best that we can given our circumstances. And remember, you can't pour from an empty cup. Taking care of yourself is crucial right now. In fact, it's the most important thing you can be doing. You'll be much better able to take care of your loved ones and your community if you prioritize your own emotional health and take the steps necessary for keeping yourself well and fulfilled.
By setting healthy boundaries around our socializing and our relationships, and by spending time checking in with ourselves really intentionally, paying attention to how we're feeling, what our emotional state is at a given day, a given time, and making sure we prioritize self-care and doing things that are restorative to both our physical and our mental health, we can make it through this really hard time and continue to be able to support our loved ones and our communities while ensuring that we're not burning ourselves out. Thanks again for joining.